Hello, my sweet Virgos. This is your reading for today. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive, centered myself or the sign of Virgo. We're going to go call on the Holy Spirit, angels, saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for Virgo's greater good. We pray for truth and only truth for the sign of Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's get you an affirmation for today. Affirmation for Virgo. Mystic circle. Connect with ancient wisdom and have patience on the journey. I am grounded in my path. And then we got clear passage. You have many choices to make to move closer to your desires. I make good decisions. Those are your affirmations for today. So let's get overall energy. See what's going on for my sweet Virgos. For my sweet Virgos. Again, balance, justice. This balance and justice is tied into your solar plexus. So I think this is strength, courage, power. Yep. The solar plexus represents your power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. So there is justice coming in, and it is attached to this. So this could be an opportunity that brings in fairness, balance, but also makes you feel empowered. So that's pretty amazing. All right. Yeah, because you're in this star energy. It's definitely tied to, it could be a spiritual practice with the intuition and the star and solar plexus. This could be if you have a spiritual business or any type of healing, doing anything healing, where you're helping others. That's where this is tied in. It's bringing about justice for you. I love it. Okay. Let's see. For my sweet Virgos, show me overall energy. You can hear the wind chimes. It sounds so peaceful. It's chilly. It's only in the 60s today. All right. Current energy for my sweet Virgos. What is the obstacle? What is the advice? What is the, let me ask, what's the outcome? What is the outcome? Thank you. I love it. Okay, Virgo, you have someone in your energy that has been coming out a lot. On the bottom of the deck, all that glitters. This is a clout chaser, a money chaser. This is someone that wears a mask. They're in the energy, but I don't even, let's just wait and see what comes out. Your current energy, you are embracing the energy of peace. Peace is being restored in your life. It's an obstacle for this person that is obsessed with money and image to see that your luck is changing. And the readings that we've been getting for you, Virgo, lately, your luck is changing. Whether it's made manifest in a 3D yet or not, it is changing. The advice, they want you to know this person, either they're jealous, they're envious, this is like the Five of Wands, or they're surrounded by chaos and conflict. The outcome is your level up. Divine femme energy, Empress energy, whether you're a man or a woman. You know, the Empress is all about creating. So you are elevating. That's the outcome. You're attracting all that you desire. You're abundant in your energy. All right, let's get some clarifiers. You know, before I get clarifiers, I want to do a couple decks real quick, guys. I'm sorry. I just feel called to do it today. Before we clarify these, let's do some from the Moonology. What does Virgo need to know around the moon cycles? What does Virgo need to know? Believe in the impossible. Let's get one more. You are good enough, Virgo. It says full moon in Virgo. Believe in the impossible. You are good enough. Adjustments are required. So you may be getting an opportunity that you may feel like it's too good to be true. They're saying, no, it's meant for you, Virgo. You deserve it because prosperity lies ahead is behind that. So I love that. Okay. What else do we need to know? What deck do you want me to use for Virgo spirit? Okay. The Queen of the Moon Oracle it is. All right, for my sweet Virgos. What do they need to know? For my sweet Virgos. Sovereignty, freedom. You are free from any karmic situations from your past. Yeah, you were dealing with somebody that was very gluttonous, lust-filled, with hunger here. It was a low vibrational energy. With realization, you could have had a realization, this person's true character, or this person is now having a realization. I feel like it was you because you released this person. God gave you truth and clarity to set you free from a situation where somebody was very low vibrational. And through this truth, you release them. You release them. This is why with blossoming, you're going to see your seeds grow. Yeah, you step into the void. You step into the unknown without seeing clearly or without having all the answers. You just trusted. You had faith. Yeah, and you had a lot of resistance. People trying to put you through extremes, to put blockages in your way, and it's unexpected that you took action anyway. It's because of your protection and your boundaries. Yeah, you're in gratitude for your experiences. Balance is being restored. I love it. You know, those that have come against you, now that justice is playing out, they're in fear because you have a new beginning and you've learned to love yourself and you trust in God. So they're being forced to reflect on their own actions, you know, their own energy. All right, let's clarify these. For my sweet Virgos, please clarify peace. Peace. I don't know why I just heard and saw fortune cookie. So I don't know if that resonates for someone, if they were just eating fortune cookies, thinking about fortune cookies. I don't know, but they just showed me a fortune cookie. So I don't know. Peace. Peace. Current energy. Yeah, somebody's feeling victimized by your peace. This is an Emperor energy, father figure, Aries, someone that is controlling, dominating, male, female, doesn't matter. They're feeling victimized because you have peace in your life. This is someone that wants to come in, communicate, give an apology, reconnect. This is someone, the blockage is they're going through a tower and they don't want it to end with you, but they know that you're at peace without them. So that's why it's difficult for this person. Why they know they didn't bring you peace. They caused you a lot of disharmony. And now that you have peace, what would be the motivation for you to allow someone back into your energy that causes chaos? The obstacle is your luck is changing for the better. Serendipity, obstacle. Wow, Virgo. It's like all of your wishes and dreams are going to come true if they haven't already. You're attracting a divine partnership, a marriage, a contract. If it's not love, it could be business. This is a change in your luck, and you're staying private. And it's an obstacle for someone from your past who wanted to come back in, give an apology, reconnect, benefit from your energy. Because like I said, what would be the motivation? To allow someone back in that caused you trauma, pain, disharmony. Yeah, the advice, there's chaos and conflict here. What is this chaos and conflict about for Virgo? Yeah, see, I feel like this is the person, this false emperor here, that went into another dynamic relationship, family dynamic, and there is no harmony. There is no peace. This person wants to get away so bad from what the experience they're having in a karmic dynamic. And they're looking at you, Virgo, creating something on your own and being prosperous, being confident, independent. And so this comes out all the time. It's like somebody wants you to save them after trying to destroy you, which is not rational thinking. The outcome, you're leveling up. You're the Empress, baby. I just heard that. You're the Empress, baby. You shine. You're amazing. Yin. If somebody thought they were going to break you, Virgo, they obviously don't understand the workings of a Virgo, the mind of a Virgo. Virgo being a mutable sign, which that's really important to understand. A Virgo being a mutable sign, we can adapt to change where fixed signs can't. So this is really puzzling to someone. I feel like they never expected that you would overcome and thrive, and you will thrive, whether it's happening now or not. Trust and believe it. Because this is someone, now that you're in the Empress energy, in the outcome, they're in the Four of Cups. They missed the opportunity. Either choosing a third party or a party lifestyle, they've lost an opportunity. They lost the biggest blessing of their life. You are a true Empress, man or woman. Whatever they chose was imitation. Yeah, whatever they chose was toxic, just like them. Now they're bound to that situation, looking at you having peace, looking at you with your luck changing, attracting a new partner, being confident and courageous, magnetizing all you desire in your reality. It's a tough pill to swallow. That wheel's turning in your favor in a big way. Good luck, fame, fortune, which means those that have gone against you, it is turning against them. Yeah, you're having victory, success, being loved and celebrated, Virgo. Let's look at all that glitters. All that glitters. All that glitters. Yeah, this is a player energy. This is someone that operates from ego, a lot of insecurities. So they attach their value and worth to monetary gain. They're stubborn. They know they've made the wrong decision, but they're too stubborn to admit that they're wrong. And where is that getting them? Stuck with a toxic karmic. Everything falling apart. No blessings in their life. All that glitters. All that glitters. They're not hurting anyone by being stubborn and not admitting they're wrong with themselves. Yeah, this is distorted King of Wands energy. Someone that operates from ego and fear. I don't care about the sign. For some of you, it could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sag, but it doesn't have to be. It's just saying this person's distorted. Yeah. And they could be in another marriage, long-term commitment, the investment that was made, and wanting to communicate with you. Still trying to hold on to your energy because they're married to someone like them, which is very low vibrational and toxic. So let's see. With peace, this false emperor, they feel victimized by your peace because they had wanted to come back in, give you an apology, thinking that would be an open door. But recognizing the fact that they caused you nothing but drama, and now that you've released them, you actually have peace. This person, they don't want it to end, and they're going through a tower. So let's see. Peace for my Virgos. Peace. Yeah, there we go again. It's their own stubborn ways. They're so stubborn. They want to communicate, but they don't want to admit that they've done anything wrong due to their ego. Yeah, and that's why they're not going to have access. Somebody that has created so much pain in your life, and they can't humble themselves enough to admit that they were wrong and be accountable, they don't deserve access to you or anyone else that they've hurt. They don't. Yeah, they've taken their time, sweet time being accountable. And what I'm getting the energy now, I don't see it happening. They're too egoic. They're too stubborn. This is someone that can never admit that they're wrong. They can't. All right, with serendipity is the obstacle. The obstacle is your luck's changing for the better. You're calling in multiple wishes. You're attracting a divine union or a big work contract, and you're staying private. Serendipity, obstacle. For Virgo, obstacle. Yeah. It's that same King of Wands energy, Emperor energy. Yeah. See, they see you in the limelight in some way. They know you're a healer. This person operating from ego, they still want to come in and try to deceive you, but it's an obstacle. They're used to control and dominance, but it's not going to work with you because you're not the same person and everything in your life is changing for the better. You don't need this person, nor do you want them in your energy. They could be trying to come up with a plan. How can they come in and deceive you again? It's crazy. Yeah, this is someone that's heavily burdened. I feel like they're burdened by guilt because the spiritual realm is reminding them of the choices and decisions they made against you. Yeah, they're jealous, they're envious, they have chaos and conflict in their life. They're in regret, but too stubborn to admit they've done anything wrong to their soulmate. Yeah, you got your boundaries up. You don't want to hear it. You're not dancing this dance with this person anymore. They want you to know this person's, yes, they're jealous, but they are surrounded by chaos and conflict. They have no peace in their life. They're connected to some family dynamic, wanting to move away from it. Chaos and conflict. Wow. Their biggest issue is that you overcame all the deception and betrayal they put you through and you closed the cycle and you're having a new beginning. This is their biggest issue. This is why they feel victimized. Because what they chose was a bad choice. It was a bad plan. It backfired on them. They're obsessed with trying to find a way to get back in, communicate with you, manipulate you, all from a space of ego. How can they come in, communicate with you without being accountable, but still get in your energy? Yeah, you're leveling up to the divine femme. It's very evident you're an empress, whether you're a man or a woman. This person, they know they made the wrong choice. They're bound to a third party or a party lifestyle, very toxic, and that wheel's turning in your favor. Yen. Yeah. 6 of Cups, your past person, Tower, is going through a tower. Yeah, 4 of Cups, knowing they made the wrong choice because everything is crumbling around them. Their finances could be drying up and they're very greedy. We already saw that. So they have their eye on what it is you're doing for work, what you're creating, and it's looking pretty tempting to them. This is why they have regret. It's not due to love. It's not due to empathy. This person does not have empathy. You know, they got great enjoyment out of doing what they did to you, talking with their friends, laughing about it, because they never thought you would recover. This person's delusional. They didn't take account for your faith, your belief, your perseverance, your work ethic, not giving up on yourself. They never took that in account. This is someone that made the wrong decision. They're too stubborn to admit it. They operate from ego and fear, and they're chasing money, chasing status, and it's all falling apart. All that glitters. And now balance is being restored for you. Now you're receiving what you deserve. Yeah, this person that juggled you is now going through financial and mental instability, being forced to watch you elevate to the Empress energy. Like I said, a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, their karmic dynamic is falling apart through cheating, lying, and stealing. You lose them the same way you get them. If this person cheated on you to go to another connection, that's exactly how they're going to lose that relationship. That's how it works. That's why you don't burn people. Here you are, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles. New opportunities are headed your way that are fated to come into your life. These are blessings from God, financial blessings from God. We've been getting a lot about finances for you, Virgo, lately. Don't share your good news with anyone. Don't share what's happening. Don't share financial blessings. Don't tell people. This person, they're insanely jealous. I mean, insanely jealous. So let me just get some ending messages for Virgo. Is there anything Virgo needs to be working on or anything they need to know moving forward for Virgo? Stay private, what I just said. Don't announce your good news to anyone. If you're working on special projects, new investments, new projects, new opportunities, do not share it with anyone. This person is spying on you. They want you to keep it private, Whoops, that's not it. Where, I know a card just flew out. Where is it? Oh, yeah. This person operating from ego, they're keeping an eye on you and they're jealous. So that's why Spirit doesn't want you to tell. Yeah, they're watching you. Page of Swords. They don't want you to announce it because this person's stuck in their ego, insanely jealous and watching everything you do. Yeah, this person would love more than anything to sabotage your new opportunities, to create obstacles because of their regret. They want to cause disruption, stress, anxiety. Yeah, they see you in all of your glory, doing whatever you're doing, putting yourself out there. You are not afraid to be authentically you. You're not afraid of judgment. You've already been through the worst of it and you don't care. You're going to do what God inspires you to do. Yeah. See, this player is money motivated. They want to come in, give you an apology because they are looking at your blessings, your financial blessings. All right. Advice for Virgo. Advice for Virgo. They want you to know this person's going to try to reconnect, but it's for your money. There is no love. So they're confirming what I said earlier. There's no love. They just want to connect because they want access to your resources. Yeah, this person, they want to rush in. They're greedy. And they're stressed out because they know you're a high priestess. They know that you are well aware of all that was done. They can't hide it. So, yeah, and they also know because you're aware, you are going to cut them off. So why bother? But this person's delusional, so that's why they don't think clearly. So for some of you, this person may communicate, but use your own discernment. As far as you guys go, Virgo, justice is playing out. Fairness, balance, new opportunities for you, peace, change in your luck. So keep doing what you're doing. Continue to protect your energy, and don't share your news. Okay, Virgo? You rock. You're amazing. You're a blessing to anyone that has the privilege to be in your life. Remember that. I am scheduling for the last week of November. If you're interested, there's only going to be a couple days that I'm scheduled because we have plans for Thanksgiving. So, but if you're interested, you can schedule. Please share the videos, like and subscribe. I love you, Virgo, so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, Virgos.